Hi, welcome to this session on programming Microbit. So let us see uh, what are the different kind of platform which you can use to code a Microbit. So again, the address is microbot.org, and you can go to the slash code slash other editors. So in this kind of a web page, we can see what are the different languages this Microbit supports. So on my left side, you can see that first one is Microsoft Make Code. This is one of the most important or one of the most widely used languages for programming BBC Microbit. Okay, so let us have a look into this language. Actually, what does it look like? So you can go to this Make Code editor. So upon clicking this, this kind of web page will open makecode.microbit.org. In this, you can create a new project. So uh, just one thing I want to inform you is that in this language, you don't need to do any installation for any kind of a software package on a computer, but you can directly run the coding from the browser itself. So all the latest browsers like Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, they support this functionality. So once we open this page, makecode.microbit.org, you can go to create a new project. So once you click on this, it will ask you some name. So for some test purpose, I will give this name test microbit with make code. So this is my test code. So once I click create, this is going to open this web page. Okay. So on the left hand side, you can see that there is a Microsoft BBC. This is actually a simulator for our coding. So even if you don't have a say a real microbit with you, but with this simulator, whatever code you do on this right hand side will be simulated on this device. So most of the code also you can check also for any errors before downloading this code to your device. So on the right hand side, these are the blocks. So basically, make code is based on the block level programming. So based on this kind of all inputs, I can actually shift this block here and place this block in my code, and the code will run accordingly. So there's a you can see that I placed two LEDs and two LEDs are already on my simulator. So this is how we can do programming and check our results, as well as we can download the code to a Microbit also from this editor, which is open in your browser itself. So it's very convenient way of programming wherein we can have a just a block diagram approach. But of course, those who want to see what is happening in the code, they can also look into this script, which is a JavaScript. So once you click on this, so whatever code you have written, this will is going to convert into JavaScript, and you can see how this JavaScript behaves. So by programming the microbit with this make code, you can learn the block diagram languages as well as you can learn JavaScript languages. Okay, so this is kind of a language which is mostly used with the BBC microbit. Now let us look at some other languages also, which we can use to program our Microsoft BBC device. So let me go back to the page wherein I have opened this editor page. So first one we have seen, which is the Microsoft Make Code language. Now let us have a look at the other language, which is the Python. So most of you might be aware about how the Python is used, and let me tell you that this languages is also used by the engineers all over the world, as well as they are used by the hobbyists to perform various things. So if you click on this tab Python, it is going to take you to this tab wherein you can switch to a Python editor. So likewise, make code block diagram language. This Python is also supported with the browser functionality. So you don't need to have a Python kind of installation on your laptop or your computer, but you can directly run your codes from your browser. Okay. So just like the make code, it also have a simulator on my right. So this time it is on the right side, and this is my Python code. So I can choose the blocks which I want to use in my Python, like the some radio blocks, some light level blocks, some temperature blocks. I can copy the code here, and I can do a simulation on my simulator, as well as I can send this code to a Microbit and see how my real device is behaving. So this is way you can learn the Python, or if you're familiar with the Python, you can uh, go ahead and program your microbit in this language. So now let us look also have at some other languages which are used by the different peoples around the world. One is the Scratch. Scratch is very popular with the kids and teen because this is again based on the block level programming. So if you want to have a more idea about Scratch, you can just go to this tab, how to use Microbit with Scratch, and the web page is something like scratch.mit.edu/microbit. So on this you can exactly try this language with the Scratch editor. So you don't need to download something. You can just uh, go to the Scratch editor here, and it will open a web page wherein just like a make code, you can move your uh, blocks in this code, and this simulator with this you can see a cat symbol is going to perform your activities. So this is also you can use to program your microbit. Again, we'll see in our coming lectures how to use these languages in detail. But this lecture being titled as to different languages which we want to use for our programming languages. So now let us go to some other uh, method also for some other devices like your Mac computers and your Apple iPads or all. Somebody might be using this kind of devices. So for this, we also have one independent ID in the form of Swift Playgrounds. You can have a more insight once you go to this tab. So you can just download this app from the Apple Store or the for this Mac computer also, and you can just play around with the blocks with this languages also. Of course, there are some other editors also. We'll have a look on this kind of editors also. One of my favorite is this edu blocks. Edu block is also based on Python, but what this blocks will do is that, let me open this web page, edublocks.org. So in this editor, the important thing is that once you say start a project with this editor, let me choose a BBC Microbit. So let me give a file name, say test.edu, and let me say start coding. So you can see that on my right hand side, a black color this window is open in which the Python code will be. Uh, you can write the Python code if you know the Python code here. But if you don't know the Python code, then what you can do is straight away choose some block what you want to do in Microbit. You can just place the block here, and automatically the Python code will be written from this block. So this is the online conversion tool which this site provides. So you can also learn Python if you don't know about Python by following this simple approach. So even if you are new, or even if you want to have insight into how the various languages work, you can use this uh, edu blocks approach to learn about the Python language. There are other also support provided by various vendors, like most of you will be familiar with this Arduino IDE, wherein you have used this Arduino IDE for programming the Arduino devices. This also you can use to program the BBC Microbit. Then the others like App Inventor, the Bitty software, the Curtain Blocks, the Kodu, the Macroblocks, Mind Plus, Vida Science, MBlock 5. So any of these languages you can use based on your familiarity or based on your interest. So of course, all these are quite simple and easy to use. They are quite intuitive also, which will give you insight to learn about this language. There's one more also very good language which I want to tell you about is about the this language with MATLAB and Simulink. So MATLAB and Simulink also have a support for our device BBC Microbit. So those who are familiar with the MATLAB or you want to try the Simulink this language, then you are most welcome to try by installing MATLAB and Simulink. So of course there is some license required also for MATLAB and Simulink. But if you are working in your say college, maybe your college is entitled to receive a free license from MATLAB. This you can use to actually copy or the codes which are there in the website to learn about more. We will see about this all languages in our future support with our sessions, and I will definitely be giving some assignments based on Simulink, based on the Pythons, based on the make code to have a better insight to work with this kind of softwares. So thank you for watching this lecture, and see you in the next lecture.